Abitur is a designation used in Germany, Finland, Lithuania, and Estonia for final exams that pupils take at the end of their secondary education, usually after 12 or 13 years of schooling. Abitur is a matriculation examination and can be compared to A-level, Matura, the International Baccalaureate Diploma, which are all ranked as EQF Level 4. In Germany. Overview. The Zeugnis der allgemeinen Hochschulreife, often referred to as Abitur Zeugnis, issued after candidates have passed the final exams and have had appropriate grades in both the last and second last school year, is the document which contains the grades and formally enables them to attend college, but makes it include the functions of a school graduation certificate and a college entrance exam. The importance of the Abitur is that it is unquestionably a GCSE, however, in that it has increasingly become a prerequisite for starting an apprenticeship in some professions. Therefore, career opportunities for Hauptschule or Realschule graduates who do not have the Abitur have almost universally seen a downturn in recent years. More than just being a school-leaving certificate, having an Abitur is also widely regarded as granting personal prestige. The official term in Germany for this certificate of education is Allgemeine Hochschulreife. The contraction Abi is common in colloquial usage. In 2005, a total of 231,465 students passed the Abitur exam in Germany. The numbers have risen steadily, and in 2012, a total of 305,172 students obtained the Allgemeine Hochschulreife. This number, reflecting those who passed the traditional Abitur at the high school, however, lower than the total count, adding the 51,912 students who obtained the Hochschulreife at vocational training schools. That total number increases to 357,084. If those who obtain the Fachhochschulreife are also added, then the total of those who obtained the right to study at a university or a Fachhochschule is 501,483. History. Until the 18th century, every German university had its own entrance examination. In 1788, Prussia introduced the Abiturreglement, a law for the first time within Germany, establishing the Abitur as an official qualification. It was later also established in the other German states. In 1834, it became the only university entrance exam in Prussia, and it remained so in all states of Germany until 2004. Since then, the German state of Hesse allows students with Fachhochschulreife to study at the universities within that state. Equivalency. The academic level of the Abitur is comparable to the International Baccalaureate, the GCE advanced level, and the advanced placement tests. Indeed, the study requirements for the International Baccalaureate differ little from the German exam requirements. It is the only school-leaving certificate in all states of Germany that allows the graduate to move directly to university. The other school-leaving certificates, the Hauptschulabschluss and the Realschulabschluss, do not allow the holders to matriculate at a university. Those granted certificates of Hauptschulabschluss or Realschulabschluss can gain a specialized Fachabitur or an Abitur if they graduate from a Berufsschule and then attend Berufsschule, a graduate from a Fachoberschule. However, the Abitur is not the only path to university studies, as some universities set up their own entrance examinations. Students who successfully passed Abigabtenprüfung are also eligible. Students from other countries who hold a high school leaving certificate that is not counted as being equivalent to the Abitur and who do well enough on the Actisat test may also enter German universities. A person who does does not hold the Abitur and did not take an aptitude test may still be admitted to university by completing at least the 10th grade, and doing well on an IQ test. Terminology. The official meaning behind the word Abitur in Germany is Unit der allgemeinen Hochschulreife. During the 2 final years of secondary school studies and in the final exams, students receive grades on a scale of 15 to 0 points. The points are weighted and then added up and converted to the final grade on a scale from 1 to 6. Students who receive 13.72 points or more on average in all courses and exams will have earned the best possible final grade, 1.0. Other qualifications called Abitur in colloquial usage. In German, the European Baccalaureate is called Europäisches Abitur, and the International Baccalaureate is called Internationales Abitur, both not to be confused with the German Abitur. The term Fachabitur was used in all of Western Germany for a variation of the Abitur until the 1990s. The official term for the German qualification is Fachgebundene Hochschulreife. This qualification includes only one foreign language. The Abitur, in contrast, usually requires 2 foreign languages. The Fachabitur also allows the graduate to start studying at a university but is limited to a specified range of majors, depending on the specific subjects covered in his Fachabitur examinations. But the graduate is allowed to study for all majors at a Fachhochschule. Today, the school leaving certificate is called Fachgebundenes Abitur. Now the term Fachabitur is used in most parts of Germany for the Fachhochschulreife. It was introduced in West Germany in the 1970s together with the Fachhochschulen. It enables the graduate to start studying at a Fachhochschule and in Hesse also at a university within that state. In the gymnasiums of some states it is awarded in the year before the Abitur is reached. However, the normal way to obtain Fachhochschulreife is graduation from a German Fachoberschule, a vocational high school, also introduced in the 1970s. The term Notabitur describes a qualification used only during World War I and World War II. It was granted to male German gymnasium students who voluntarily enlisted for military service before graduation, as well as young women who were evacuated from the major cities before they could complete their gymnasium education as planned. The Notabitur during World War I included an examination roughly equivalent to the Abitur exam. The World War II Notabitur, in contrast, was granted without an examination. After the war, this was a major disadvantage from the students concerned since, unlike its World War I counterpart, the certificate was generally not recognized in West Germany and never recognized in East Germany. Universities requested the Abitur to consist of written exams including at least 2 foreign languages. Students who received the Notabitur during World War II were offered to re-enter school to prepare for and take the exam after the war had ended. Those special Abitur preparation classes were made up of young adults of different age and sex, which was very unusual at the time. Equivalent high school graduation certificate in other countries. The equivalent graduation certificate in Austria, Poland and other countries of continental Europe is the Matura, while in England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Hong Kong, Singapore, and the West Indies, it is A-levels. In Scotland it is higher grade. In the Republic of Ireland it is the leaving certificate. In Greece and Cyprus it is the Abitur. In Malta it is the matriculation certificate. In Hungary it is called Eredeti Bizonyítványi, roughly equivalent with the German phrase Unit der allgemeinen Hochschulreife, as it is originating from the Austrian-Hungarian monarchy. In Australia, the graduation certificate awarded to high school students is the Senior Secondary Certificate of Education. However, the name of the SSCE varies from state to state. In Victoria, it is called the Victorian Certificate of Education. In India, various states call it differently. Each Indian state has its own examination board, some individual states having their own entrance test system. Passing the specified examination qualifies the student to enter into undergraduate program in a university. For example, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, this is known as Board of Intermediate Examination. For professional, specialist programs and well-reputed institutions, there are entrance tests. For engineering, there is a joint engineering joint entrance examination conducted at all India level. For medical undergraduate MBBS programs, there is a national eligibility and entrance test known as NEET-UG, National Eligibility and Entrance Test, conducted at all of India. There is also an all-India level examination conducted by Central Board of Secondary Education CBSE. The certification is known as 12th class. Exams. During the final examinations, students are tested in 4 of 5 subjects. Procedures vary by state. Although some tested subjects are chosen by the student, 3 areas must be covered: language, literature and the arts, German, foreign languages, music, visual and performing arts, social sciences, political science, history, geography, economics, psychology, philosophy, religion, ethics, mathematics, natural sciences and technology, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, sports. Occasionally, schools offer vocational subjects such as pedagogy, business informatics, biotechnology, and mechanical engineering. Final exams are usually taken from March to May or June. Each written basic level examination takes about 3 hours, advanced level examinations take 4.5 hours, and written exams are in essay format. Oral examinations last about 20 minutes. Papers are graded by at least 2 teachers at the school. In some parts of Germany, students may prepare a presentation, research paper or participate in a competition, and may take additional oral exams to pass the Abitur if the written exam is poor. Before a unification, Abitur exams were given locally in West Germany, but Bavaria conducted centralized exams since 1854. After a unification, most states of the former East Germany continued centralized exams, and at the beginning of the 21st century, many states adopted centralized exams. In 2013, all other states except Rheinland-Pfalz also introduced centralized written exams, at least in the core subjects. The exams are structured as follows. German, choose 1 out of 3 tasks. Topics are usually lyric poetry, classic and contemporary literature and linguistics. Each task is usually divided into 2 or 3 parts. English, choose 1 out of 3 tasks. Topics may vary but are usually connected to personal identity and multiculturalism, science and technology, or environmental change and globalization. Classical literature is rarely taught, and students primarily deal with literature of the last century. Each task consists of 3 parts: comprehension, analysis and interpretation, and commentary and discussion. Mathematics, choose 3 of 6 tasks, 1 in each area: differential and integral calculus, analytic geometry and linear algebra, and probability theory. Each task is usually split into 5 or 6 smaller tasks. The Kultusminister Conference of several states expanded the exams to scientific subjects and the social sciences. The physics and chemistry exams include an experiment that must be performed and analyzed. Scoring each semester of a subject studied in the final 2 years yields up to 15 points for a student, where advanced courses count double. The final examinations each count quadruple. The exact scoring system depends on the Bundesland in which one takes Abitur. Passing the Abitur usually requires a composite score of at least 50%. Students with a score below that minimum fail and do not receive an Abitur. There are some other conditions that the student also has to meet in order to receive the Abitur: taking mandatory courses in selected subject areas, and limits to the number of failing grades in core subjects. Finally, students often have the option of omitting some courses from the composite score if they have taken more courses than the minimum required. The best possible grade of 1.0 can be achieved if the score ranges between 823 and 900 points. The fraction of students achieving this score is normally only around 0.2 to 3% even among the already selective population of Abitur candidates. Around 12% to 30% of Abitur candidates achieve grades between 1.0 and 1.9. Statistics. Historically, very few people received their Abitur in Germany because many attractive jobs did not require one. The number of persons holding the Abitur has steadily increased since the 1970s, and younger job holders are more likely to hold the Abitur than older ones. The percentage of students qualified for tertiary education is still lower than the OECD average. Percentage of students graduating with Abitur or FHR. Percentage of job holders holding Hauptschulabschluss, Realschulabschluss, or Abitur in Germany.